Natalka Design, and we basically do a lot of strategy, communications and design with businesses.
Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Natalia from Natalka Design. Today, from my beautiful space with my Vesta board, I had to record this because I didn't give any context to the next video. So basically, I was invited as one of the speakers at an event called Curv, and they are an amazing organization that takes care of health and wants to connect people and do things for the good of the planet, and is interested in innovation and future and all that stuff. So I was kindly invited by Curv to speak at the same event as Boshi, I think that was her name, and she was working with GoogleDeepMind, so that was pretty great shoes to fill in to speak next to. I was really excited, and basically I just gave my few cents on AI, on the future, on how the industry is responding, how our work is influenced and changing and everything like that. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to leave it there. Just wanted to give some context. And yeah, to more talks in the future. Whenever I speak or anything like that, you can see those updates on my LinkedIn, on the company LinkedIn, and on Instagram most of the time. So if you're ever wondering where can I see you next, then that's the best way to find. And also, if you've got an event running and you need a pretty damn good speaker, thank you, give me a shout. Enjoy, bye.
My name is Natalia and I run Natalka Design, and we basically do a lot of strategy, communications and design with businesses. And what that means is we go into a room, they've got a challenge, recently a lot of AI challenges, and we help them to make sense out of that in a visual form. So it could be anything from illustrative to projection to AR, VR, AI tools and all that. So basically we take that challenge and we try to explain it to people, process it, journeys, futures and all that in a more sensible way. We were just speaking to Boshi, so sometimes we'll find ourselves in rooms with quite high level people who want to influence the government, for example, and we need to, our job is to kind of emotionally, let's call it, hook in a very ethical way, a very understanding way. How can they make these decisions? How can they kind of understand what's going on and make it more human? So we live in this kind of visual world and trying to make sense out of it. Apart from it, like Carl mentioned, I'm half of Visualize Futures, so it's a product that me and my partner in crime, Henry Mason, produced recently over the summer when it was a bit quieter than now. And basically, it's for any of you, if you are in marketing or advertising, it's a bunch of trends, latest trends where you can look at what's going on in AI, what are the tools that people use, and you can grab literally a ready presentation that you can give to any of your colleagues or in your business, and you can also grab a visual format of that. So it's kind of us making sense out of it with you guys. We don't claim to be experts, we just claim to try to make sense out of it, be journalists to that world, and kind of make mistakes along the way as everyone else and just have fun with it.
Isn't it? Because you seem to blend these two worlds of communications, marketing, but also the kind of the forward-thinking technologies, including AI. Why did you get into this very futuristic space?
Because I'm invited to these rooms with the team. So it's kind of like, as you said, Boshi, it's kind of like you land in it. So I run the business now 13 years. We started on, visualizing and bringing things together and strategizing on paper. And then we moved to little tablets, and then we moved to iPads, and then we moved into, stronger and stronger computers and whatnot, and projections and AR and all that stuff. We just yesterday were playing with VR, building conferences and spaces in VR, and now we're talking about this, and it's just, you just land there. So now the conversation that we have is, half of the room is terrified, half of the room is curious, half of the room wants to earn money from it, and half of the room really cares. So these are the people that we try to find ourselves in terms of ethics and in terms of the future of humanity, where we want to be part of conversations that they hopefully can bring some good, because we do need help, and kind of access as well from government. We can't just have like these massive companies kind of just rolling out the updates and buying each other left and right, as we can see every day. So we really care about those sort of conversations where we can make at least 1% of change through what we do, and kind of we glue together those two worlds.
And also to comment on something that was said earlier on, like hashtag made by a human or hashtag made by human. You'll have that lovely, beautiful thing where you know it's made by a human. You don't have to do all the menial, boring nonsense that can be done by AI. You can just love life. Yeah. And give accessibility to hopefully cultures where you can ask questions, know all that stuff. And then I can't remember that last point.
Hashtag just love life.
Yeah.
And drinking games, obviously, yeah, like you mentioned.
If we don't have how do we even have a voice, right? It's all so bigger than us, but I'm a huge advocate of, you know, decentralizing and opening it up, and anywhere that developers can get in a way and kind of, you know, be faster anyways than any government. I always, maybe I shouldn't be saying because we work a lot with them, but, you know, they'll be always faster. We always say, like, there'll be always 200,000, you know, young people coding something up or opening something up. That's just what it is. So this is always the issue for governments, that they're always going to be slower. There's just no way, because it's so fast. But the important thing is to make sure that, you know, we are for decentralizing and, you know, blockchain, and just trying to have a say in this whole thing, if there is a way, of course, because how do we suddenly access OpenAI, you know? Do you want to buy shares? What do you want to do, right? So, yeah.
Well, that
is kind of, you know, let's do this together. But obviously, like with anything, like, that's why, you know, you're talking about Facebook and everything, it's all separate, you know, it's kind of almost how much can I get away with before I will be policed or something. So that's the scary part, right? Yeah. Habitual, we're so quick to learn these tools and use them and rely on them. It's like what we were saying with Boshi, like how many times ChatGPT goes down or something. I don't know if you guys experienced that. How many of my friends, especially in copywriting or content making, they're like, it's not working, what am I going to do today with my day of work? And they tweet these things, and I don't know if their bosses can see that, but, you know, they kind of like, and what is that? That means that I'm starting my day, the thing is down, I can't work. Well, what happened there, right? Like, you could, now you can't because you're so reliant on it. So I think there's that sort of, I mean, it's a deep conversation. I'm not going to answer that at all anyhow, but I would just say there's something around, you know, paying attention to you as a physical kind of version of you in this world, and what that means, and coming back to the whole, like, being intentional about being unintentional around other humans, and still craving these connections, otherwise what are we? And then there's that digital part, and you will have to kind of, I guess, make these decisions for yourself and all of us, right? Like, again, it's a rabbit hole.